If you walked into Best Buy 3 weeks ago and bought a brand new TV, I've got some painful news for you. That same TV you paid full price for is now $500 cheaper. And it's not just one model, it's happening across the board. LG OLEDs, Samsung QLEDs, Hisense Mini LEDs, Sony flagships, prices are collapsing faster than a house of cards in 2026. And if you don't understand why this is happening right now, you're about to miss the biggest TV buying opportunity in years. But before we dive into which models are dropping hardest and why this crash is happening, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button and smash the like icon because this channel is all about saving you money on tech without the marketing nonsense. And drop a comment right now. Which TV are you using at home, and are you kicking yourself for buying it too early? Or are you waiting for prices to drop even more? Let me know, because today we're breaking down the entire TV price collapse of 2026, which deals are real, which ones are traps, and exactly when you should pull the trigger. Here's what's happening right now. If you bought a high-end TV in November or December of 2025, you paid premium prices. Holiday season pricing, Black Friday markups disguised as discounts, the usual retail games. But January 2026 hit and suddenly everything changed. Retailers are slashing prices on 2025 models by $300, $400, sometimes $500 or more. A Hisense U 8K that was $1,200 in December is now $700. An LG C3 OLED that launched at $2,500 is selling for under $2,000. Samsung's QN90C, one of the brightest QLEDs you can buy, dropped $400 in a single month. And this isn't some isolated sale. This is a market-wide correction, and it's creating the kind of buying opportunity that only comes around once every few years. But here's the question nobody's asking. Why is this happening now? And more importantly, should you buy right now or wait even longer? Because while prices are dropping, there's a real risk that if you wait too long, the best models will be completely sold out, and the new 2026 replacements will launch at even higher prices. So let's break down exactly what's driving this price collapse, which TVS are dropping the hardest, and what you need to know before you spend a single dollar. Why TV prices are collapsing right now? The first reason is simple: overproduction. During the pandemic, everyone was stuck at home and TV sales exploded. People upgraded their living rooms, built home theaters, and manufacturers responded by ramping up production. But now, in 2026, that upgrade cycle is over. People aren't buying new TVs every year anymore. They're holding on to what they have. And that means manufacturers like LG Display, Samsung, and BOE are sitting on massive stockpiles of unsold panels. When supply is high and demand is low, prices crash. That's Economics 101, and that's exactly what's happening right now. The second reason is technology proliferation. A few years ago, OLED was the premium option, and it commanded premium prices. But then Mini LED arrived. Brands like TCL, Hisense, and even Samsung started flooding the market with Mini LED TVS that offered near OLED contrast at half the price. Suddenly, paying $2,500 for an OLED didn't make as much sense when you could get a $900 Mini LED with better brightness and almost the same picture quality. Which TV models are dropping the hardest? Let's talk specifics, because not every TV is dropping equally. Some models are seeing small discounts, while others are in full-blown freefall. The Hisense U 8K is one of the biggest losers, and by losers, I mean winners for buyers. This Mini LED TV was one of the brightest, most color-accurate sets you could buy in 2025. It launched around $1,200 for a 65-inch model, and now it's selling for as low as $700 in some stores. That's a $500 drop. Why? Because Hisense refreshes their lineup aggressively. They release new models constantly, and when the U8N and U9K arrived, the U8K became instant clearance stock. But here's the thing. The U8K is still an incredible TV. The new models aren't dramatically better. You're getting elite brightness, deep blacks, and vibrant colors at half the original price. The LG C3 and C4 OLEDs are also seeing massive drops. The 65-inch C3 launched at around $2,500, and it's now selling for under $2,000. The C4, which came out later in 2025, is dropping from $2,800 to around $2,300. That's $400 to $500 off in just a few months. Why the drop? Because LG already announced the C5 series for 2026. And while the C5 will have slightly better brightness and improved gaming features, the core picture quality is nearly identical. You're paying a premium for the latest model name, not a revolutionary upgrade. Samsung's QN90C and Q80D are also taking big hits. These are Samsung's flagship mini LED QLEDs, known for crushing brightness in bright rooms. The QN90C was $2,200 for a 65-inch model, and it's now closer to $1,700. The Q80D, which was $1,600, is now around $1,200. These are bright room beasts. If you have windows, if you watch TV during the day, if you care about HDR brightness, these TVs are unbeatable. And the price drops are happening because Samsung is pushing the QN90D and the new S95 QD-OLED series. Retailers need to move the older stock, so they're slashing prices hard. TCL's QM8 and QM7K are value kings that just got even cheaper. The QM8 was already a steal at $1,400, and now it's dropping to under $900 in some sales. The QM7K, which was $1,000, is now closer to $600. These are mini LED TVS with thousands of dimming zones, extreme brightness, and gaming features that rival TVS costing twice as much. TCL is undercutting everyone, and when they drop prices on last year's models, it creates insane value. But stock is moving fast. These deals don't last long because people recognize the value and buy them up. Sony's X90L and Bravia 9 are also seeing drops, though more gradual. Sony doesn't discount as aggressively as other brands because they focus on premium buyers who value motion processing and color accuracy. But even Sony can't resist the market pressure. The X90L, which was $1,800, is now around $1,500. The Bravia 9, a flagship mini LED, dropped from $3,200 to around $2,800. These are still expensive TVS, but for Sony fans who want the best motion handling and upscaling, these are rare opportunities to save hundreds. The pros and cons of buying right now. So, should you buy now or wait? Let's talk pros first. Right now, you're getting proven technology at clearance prices. These aren't experimental TVS. These are models that have been tested, reviewed, and refined. You know exactly what you're getting. The Hisense U8K has been on the market for over a year. Reviews are everywhere. Problems have been documented and fixed through firmware updates. You're not gambling on a brand new launch with unknown issues. You're buying mature technology at a discount. Second pro, you're avoiding the early adopter tax. New 2026 models are launching at full MSRP. The LG C50 LED is $2,800. The Samsung QN90D is $2,500. But the 2025 models that are almost as good are now $500 to $800 cheaper. You're getting 90% of the performance at 60% of the price. That's smart buying. Third pro, inventory is still available. Right now, most of these models are in stock. You can walk into Best Buy, Costco, or order from Amazon and get the TV delivered this week. But if you wait another month, stock will vanish. Popular sizes sell out first. The 65-inch and 75-inch models go quickly, and once they're gone, you're stuck with overpriced 2026 models or settling for sizes you don't want. Now the cons. First con, tariff risk. If new tariffs hit electronics in 2026, prices on new models could jump significantly. That means if you wait for the 2026 models to drop, you might be waiting a long time. Tariffs could keep prices elevated for months, and by then, the cheap 2025 stock will be gone. so waiting could backfire. Second con, potential for even deeper drops. Some retailers might slash prices even more in February or March to clear the absolute last units. If you buy now, you might see the same TV $100 cheaper in 6 weeks. But here's the reality. Chasing the absolute lowest price is a losing game. You'll always wonder if you could have saved another $50. At some point, you have to pull the trigger. And right now, prices are low enough that the risk of waiting outweighs the potential savings. Third con, newer models do have improvements. The 2026 TVS aren't just rebranded 2025 models. They have better brightness, improved gaming features, faster processors, and in some cases, new panel technology. If you're someone who wants the absolute latest tech, buying a clearance 2025 model will sting when the 2026 reviews start dropping. But for most people, the improvements are marginal. You're not missing out on anything revolutionary. How to make the right decision? Here's the strategy. First, identify your room conditions. If you have a bright living room with lots of windows, prioritize brightness. That means mini LED. The Hisense U8K, Samsung QN90C, or TCL QM8 are your targets. If you have a dark dedicated home theater, OLED is still king. The L, GC, 3 or C4 will give you perfect blacks and infinite contrast. Match the technology to your room, not to the height. Second, focus on 1 or 2 generations old. The sweet spot for value is last year's flagship or the year before. A 2024 or 2025 model in 2026 offers the best balance of price and performance. Going older than that, you risk outdated features or missing HDMI 2.1 ports for gaming. Going newer, you pay the early adopter tax. Stick to the 1 to 2-year-old range. Third, track prices actively. Use tools like Camel for Amazon or set up price alerts on Best Buy and Costco. Prices fluctuate daily. A TV might be $1,200 today and $1,000 tomorrow. If you see a model hit a historic low, don't hesitate. These deals move fast, especially on popular sizes. Fourth, ignore launch hype. Every year, manufacturers promise revolutionary features. AI upscaling, quantum processors, neural tone mapping. Most of it is marketing fluff. The real improvements are incremental, not revolutionary. Don't let launch hype convince you to overpay for marginal upgrades. Fifth, buy from retailers with good return policies. Costco has a 90-day return window and adds an extra year to the manufacturer warranty. Best Buy has price matching and extended return periods for members. Amazon is hit or miss with returns, especially on large items. If possible, buy from Costco. You get protection that other retailers don't offer. TV prices are collapsing in 2026, and this is one of the best buying opportunities we've seen in years. The combination of overproduction, technology proliferation, post-CES inventory clearing, and tariff uncertainty has created a perfect storm for massive discounts. Models like the Hisense U8K, LG C3, Samsung QN90C, and TCL QM8 are seeing $300 to $500 drops, and in some cases, even more. These aren't junk TVs. These are proven, high-quality sets that were flagship models just months ago. But here's the reality.